Who will win between Whitebeard versus Kinemon? The set Paramount War has just released, and it's time to find out which of these decks will reign supreme. Our Whitebeard player is going first, and he opens up with 2 Radical Beam, Otama, Moby Dick, and Brook. The Kinemon player is going second, and he keeps a hand of 2 Momonosuke, Izo, Toki, and Kazuki Odin. Our Whitebeard player starts us off by adding a Dawn card, taking a life, and passing. Our Kinemon player adds 2 Dawn, draws their card per turn, and plays out and activates a Momonosuke, looking at the top 5 cards, finding a Yamato. Our Whitebeard player adds 2 Dawn and draws a card, and then he attaches 1 Dawn to his leader, swinging 7,000 at the opposing leader. The Kinemon player takes the hit, going down to 4 life, and the Whitebeard player plays out the Moby Dick stage card. He passes turn and takes another life card, bringing him down to 4. The Kinemon player activates Momonosuke, searching the top 5 and adding Toki to hand. He then attaches a Dawn to his leader, swinging for 6,000 at the opposing Whitebeard. The Whitebeard player takes it, going down to 3 life, while the Kinemon player follows up with another Momonosuke. He finds and grabs Izo and passes the turn. The Whitebeard player swings his leader 6,000 at the Momonosuke, KOing it. After that, he pays 4 for a Brook and passes turn, adding another life card. Kinemon activates his Momonosuke again, finding another Izo. He then activates his leader's effect, allowing him to pay 3 for Yamato, resting Brook. He then swings for 7,000 over Brook. The Whitebeard player pays 1 for a Radical Beam, countering the attack. The Whitebeard player untaps his Dawn and his leader, and then attaches 1 to Brook, swinging it at Momonosuke for 6,000, reducing the power of Yamato by 2. He then pays 1 for an Otama, reducing the power by 2 once more, and then plays 3 for Vista, KOing Yamato. He then swings his leader for 6,000 at the opposing leader. The Kinemon player counters with a plus 2,000. The Whitebeard player then passes, going down to 1 life. The Kinemon player attaches 1 Dawn to his leader and swings 6,000 over Brook. The Whitebeard player counters with a plus 2,000. The Kinemon player, via his leader's effect, plays Kazuki Odin for 7 Dawn, passing the turn. The Whitebeard player swings Vista at the Kinemon leader for 5,000 thanks to Moby Dick. The Kinemon player counters with plus 1,000. The Whitebeard player then swings Brook back at the leader for 5,000. Once again, the Kinemon player counters with plus 1,000. The Whitebeard player taps all of his Dawn for 9 cost Edward Newgate, pumping up his leader for 2 turns, swinging it at 8,000. The Kinemon player takes it as the Whitebeard player passes turn, not taking a life card. The Kinemon player swings his leader at Vista, KOing it. He then swings 8,000 at Brook with Odin, KOing that as well. He then pays 3 to activate Odin's effect, untapping him. He then uses his leader's effect to play Yamato for 3, resting Otama. He then pays 3 Dawn for 3 1-cost blockers. Kinemon passes back to Whitebeard, who draws a card and then swings his leader for 8,000 thanks to Moby Dick. Kinemon blocks with a Toki. The Whitebeard player swings his 9-cost Whitebeard for 12,000 at the Kinemon player. The Kinemon player blocks with a Capone. The Whitebeard player plays 8 total Dawn for 2 Marcos. He then passes turn, adding his final life card into his hand. Kinemon on his turn swings Yamato 6,000 at leader. Whitebeard counters with plus 1. Kinemon attaches a Dawn, swinging 6,000 at the opposing leader. Whitebeard counters with plus 1,000. Kinemon swings 8,000 with Odin at Whitebeard. Whitebeard blocks with his Marco, discarding a card to bring him back to the field rested. Kinemon then pays 3, unresting Odin. He then swings Odin at leader for 8,000. Whitebeard then blocks with another Marco, discarding a card, bringing him back rested. Kinemon then plays 1 for a Toki and then 5 for a Trafalgar Law. Passing back over to Whitebeard, he untaps his characters and attaches 2 Dawn to his 9-cost Whitebeard, swinging for 14,000, blowing up a blocker. The Kinemon player blocks with Capone. He swings 8,000 again at Odin. Kinemon counters with +1. Whitebeard then ends his turn by playing out a Marco and playing out a Blenheim. Kinemon starts off his turn by attaching a Dawn to his leader, swinging for 6,000. Whitebeard blocks with Blenheim. Yamato continues to put on the pressure by swinging 6,000 at life. The Whitebeard player uses Radical Beam to counter the attack. Odin comes in for 8,000 at life, but the Whitebeard player counters with another Radical Beam in hand. Kinemon then activates Odin's effect, re-standing him. He swings in again for 8,000. Whitebeard blocks with Marco as he has no cards left in hand. The Kinemon player sees the path to victory and, well...
Oh, yes, very cool.
3 for Izu, 3 for Izu.
6 that.
Six.
No! Oh, damn it.
The Kinemon player rests both blockers, swinging for game. Victory, Kinemon.